Hello there. In this video, I will explain to you why books, seminars, exercise, dietary changes, even meditation, counseling, therapy, prescription drugs will not help you stop anxiety, stress, negative thought loops, general negativity, all kinds of bottled up emotions like fear, sadness, even depression, and what you should do instead. Now, before we get into that, if you want us to explain to you how we can help you eliminate anxiety, stress, depression, drop all those negative thought loops, release any subconscious blocks coming from past trauma and drama, let go of all kinds of bottled up emotions, and feel confident, feel in the flow, feel motivated, full of life, connected with yourself, experience joy, self-acceptance, and really take consistent action in life. Feel truly motivated and not do it in a way where you need to manage your negative emotions all the time, manage my anger, manage my anxiety, but where you can actually release it so there's really nothing to manage, and do it in a way that actually creates that subconscious change in the very part of your psyche where the problems actually are, which is the subconscious mind. Then go below this video and schedule a call. So let's jump into this. To feel better, people go to seminars, they read amazing books, they get all pumped up, motivated, and they actually do feel better for some time. It's like blowing air into a hot air balloon, but once they come back to reality, they go back to the old way of being. The balloon stops going up, hangs in there, and then goes back down. Why? We'll get to that in a moment. Then they listen to a podcast of their favorite motivational speaker, they read another wonderful book, they feel better again, but in a few days or even hours, everything goes back to their emotional set point. That's where their true conditioning is, and the balloon goes back down. So here is the reason why. There's nothing wrong with the balloon. It just carries a lot of extra weight, bags of old unnecessary stuff that's just dragging it down. Once you drop the bags, you don't need to blow any hot air into the balloon anymore, because its nature is to go up effortlessly. As a certified clinical hypnotherapist, I help my clients let go of past programming and condition all the positive changes into their neurology. It's taken us decades to accumulate negative emotions, so it's important to release them first. Now, let me explain to you how specifically I help my clients create lasting transformation. Listen carefully, because just understanding it starts to create important neurological pathways for your own personal transformational journey. There are 4 major cups in our psyche, metaphorically speaking, where emotions get stored and they actually accumulate over time. One for sadness, then fear, anger, and guilt. And the cup for anger has 2 compartments. It's anger at others and then anger at yourself. These emotions accumulate in our system. It's a neurological and a biochemical process. Here is a tip. Whatever modality you use for personal transformation or any type of emotional healing, if you don't actually release emotions, you're not offloading your nervous system. Let me say it directly. If you don't cry and release the sadness, if you don't feel anger inside of you and then let go of it through some kind of process that actually works, you're not creating any transformation. Don't start this journey of personal transformation and healing unless you're willing to dive into the deep end of your emotions and actually let them go. You can use positive thinking to try to improve your state through affirmations, but it will not be a lasting change, because all those positive statements will be eventually rejected by what's known as a critical factor, a property of your mind that acts like a guardian at the gate, protecting the old programs generally created before the age of 12 and solidified by 17. It will be protecting them even if they're detrimental for you, because its job is to keep the status quo or the comfort zone. To bypass the critical factor, we need to connect to the subconscious mind using the language that it understands. You cannot do it through talk therapy. This is why I utilize hypnotic principles in my work to help you access a lower brain wave state and create stable communication with your subconscious mind. In this journey, I take you through 4 major phases. Direct suggestion phase, where we plant seeds of specific outcomes that you desire directly into your subconscious mind. This is phase number 1. Then we're doing the inner child work, clearing all kinds of old erroneous programs, limiting beliefs, and early life limiting decisions, and releasing 2 major emotions bottled up in the psyche: sadness and fear. This is phase number 2. Then we clear old, useless, bottled up anger and go through a very powerful forgiveness process. That's phase 3. And then finally, we clear anger at yourself and guilt so that you can finally forgive yourself in the depth of your subconscious mind and pave the way for true self-acceptance and deeper connection with you and the world around you. The first phase is like planting the seeds into the soil, but the phases 2, 3, and 4, they're to clear the weeds. This process is so powerful that you can actually release any trauma or drama of the past and increase your emotional set point in a short period of time to feel free, confident, and in the flow. People who have done years of traditional therapy, psychoanalysis, CBT, and other types of talk therapy constantly tell me that because of therapy, they understood their issues very well, but could not truly transform them. They only talked about them. And what they were able to achieve in just 8 weeks through this process, undoing the programming that took decades, was almost miraculous. There is no magic here. The reason for their healing is a combination of clinical hypnotherapy and neuroscience-based tools, and thousands over thousands of clinical hours, which allowed me to create the process that actually works. I hope you enjoyed this video. By just listening to this, you already begin to create important pathways in your neurology to get on the healing path. If you want us to actually help you go through the journey and release all the anxiety and reprogram all kinds of limiting perceptions that come from your past and drop stress, overwhelm, useless bottled up anger, past trauma, drama, and finally stop self-sabotage, feel confident, energetic, motivated, feel relaxed but very deeply energized in your body, and finally be free, then go below this video and schedule a call. Talk to you soon.